People, Deluded. I'm here with a special guest, someone I've had my eyes on doing this for a while with. You know, he's a talented player. By God's grace, he goes as far as I believe he can go. Michael, how you doing, man? You well?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Good.
Good stuff.
It's fine.
Good stuff, man. What you been up to during lockdown, man? There's not been much you can do, but what you been up to, man?
Just been training just regularly, just by myself. I'm doing a lot of runs. And obviously resting and support is as important as well. So I'm resting as well.
Mm-hmm. What sort of work have you been doing by yourself, my guy? Like, because you pretty much, I don't know if you're training at the moment, but what sort of work have you been doing by yourself or stuff to tick over?
Just like ball work and shooting, just to keep sharp, you know what I mean? Like, just to keep sharp, really. Because I don't want to go back stiff. It's not good. So just doing shooting, dribbling, passing, kick-ups, everything.
Just literally everything you can do as much
everything I can do.
I really
like
respect
ball work, yeah. Strength work, everything.
What, you hitting gym and doing well, you can't hit gym. Were you doing push-ups and that as well?
Yeah. Just body work. What else can I do? Like that's all I can do really. Just body work, strength work.
I respect that, man, because it seems like you're, like all footballers, you're itching to go back and get going again. And I like how your motivation hasn't dropped, my guy. It means a lot, man. But how do you feel the season was going for you before, obviously, you know, this whole COVID stuff and all your football at that level, you know, getting stopped essentially? So yes,
it was good. I mean, I was with the 18s. Obviously 16s, I had a good season. But obviously stepping up for the 18s and scoring was really good. The first person to do it in my age group, so it's a massive achievement.
What does it feel? What did it feel like actually? I know it's a massive achievement. What did it feel like actually doing it? Like in that moment, like I've scored here. It's under 18 sort of stuff.
When I scored, I just thank God. I was just like, wow. I wasn't expecting it. It just happened, literally.
Talk us through the goal, man.
I must have, some player called Terry Blade, he must have played it to me. I saw a defender was behind me, just turned, cut in and just whipped it, top bins.
I swear. Did you think, because I always like to ask you guys this, yeah? I know football, you think about stuff, but sometimes you do it and then the only time you think is when it's done. In that moment, like, was you thinking about what you're going to do, or was it like sixth sense, second nature sort of thing?
Just naturally, I just turned, I was like, go for it, boom. I just felt like it was God. God was just telling me, go for it.
That makes sense, man. How frequent, for those who don't know, how many games have you played at under 18s level? Like, what's your exposure in relation to that this year?
I played like three games. I played like three, yeah, two or three. I think Tottenham and Reading, yeah. First game was very tough. I can't lie. First game,
what was the first game?
Tottenham, because I was starting as well. They slapped me in the number 10. So I had to kind of get used to the game quickly. I couldn't just go in like really shy and stuff. I had to like really show why I'm here, because I've been put here for a reason. And the fact that I was starting as well showed that they believed in me. So I had to really like show what I'm about. You understand?
What's the difference between that and under 16s football going into the under 80s? Because I can kind of guess it, but obviously you've lived it.
Under 18s football was more tactical. So 16s, I had a bit more freedom, but in the under 18s, is more, they talk to you more, it's more physical. You have to play a lot quicker, with less touches. You don't really have as much time on the ball like you do in under 16s. But it's a good way to mature and adapt, because that's basically, you're going into men's football.
I mean, obviously, you've adapted fast, innit? Because, you know, some people might just get one opportunity, not do it, and then not get another one. You've had 3 opportunities. You know, we'll talk about it in a sec, but I'm pretty sure you've been exposed to under 23s football. Why is it that, like, you was able to kind of adapt so fast and, like you said, get kind of with it physically, mentally, and tactically?
My mindset was just, I didn't really see it as these guys are way better than me. When I'm on the pitch, I just see myself like, oh, I'm the best here. I come in with confidence. Like, my mindset is just, I'm there. Once I'm there, I'm there. I don't care who you are.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. Has there ever been times because I from what I know of you, you're a very confident player. You know, I call you humble positive. Like you're very humble, but you're very positive in faith in your abilities. Has there any been coming through the academies? There must have been times where things haven't gone your way. You've been in bad form. Has there ever been times you kind of not lost your confidence, but kind of began to doubt yourself or stuff like that?
Sometimes, but that's why my mum's there. My mum's been there for me all the time. She always tells me, like, she knows who I am. I'm her son. She knows what I'm capable of. So in those down times, she just tells me, look to God, pray, move on, move on, move on. Because there's going to be ups and downs in football all the time.
That's 100% facts, man. And shout out to your mum. She sounds like she's raised a great son, but a great son can't be raised without a great woman. So shout out to Mumsy in that. Obviously, where's my manners? I keep speaking to you because I know who you are and how you play. But obviously, for those who don't watch you, how would you describe your style of play for someone that hasn't seen you for the first time or any at all?
Direct, dribbler, playing style like Wilfred Zaha. I like to take people on 1v1, get shots off, aggressive, pace, everything, skills, everything.
Where do you feel more comfortable playing? Because I've seen you play 10, I've seen you play on the flanks. I've always wanted to ask you, I know you play anywhere, but if you could pick the team, where would you play?
Left wing, 100. Left wing or right wing.
Wow.
And 10 is all right. It's all right. But left wing, I feel, because I played there all my life, like most of the time, since QPR, that's why I've been developing. So I'm used to it. And the number 10 is kind of, because I like to dribble a lot, I like to run with the ball. As a number 10, when you play 18s, 23s, men's football, you have to kind of like pocket. Yeah, that's not really my game. I'm more of a run at you, steps, cut in, shoot, down the line, cross it. It's just more exciting.
I mean, let me ask you this as well. From what I've seen of you and how you speak, you think football is about, expression. You want to express yourself, have some confidence and show what you're about. But I'm pretty sure in under 18s, under 16s, and no doubt you're probably, running rings around everyone. But under 18s, I'm pretty sure there's been a time where, you might have tried a skill, got a clamp, or it wasn't quite working against my man and you had to switch it up. So how's that sort of been?
Well, I didn't like it. But then at the same time, my manager told me it's about goals and assists. I can dribble, I can have 50 dribbles in a game. But if I don't get goals or assists, then there's no point. Goals and assists win games. So I had to just kind of suck it in, adapt and like play on, just move on. Like just keep adapting really.
And I mean, I was a right back, so as a fullback, I feel it's my duty to ask a winger, do you track back? Because you wingers, I know you lot are a bit mad with that tracking.
My managers have been on to me about that. Because before, I won't lie, I never used to track back. But now, ever since I've been playing 18s, if I don't track back, you're off the pitch. Like that, you're off the pitch. Off the pitch. So
oh, man.
You have to.
What do you feel is your strengths and weaknesses, though? You've kind of indirectly spoken about them, but what do you feel currently as a player? Like, what's Michael's strengths and weaknesses right now today?
My strengths, 1v1 domination.
Definitely.
Another strength, pace. My pace is good, I'd say. I think one of my weaknesses, off the ball. I run in behind, but maybe combining with players, because I don't really like passing. I'm more of it's my own game, you get me? Maybe combining with players a bit more, but obviously as I get older, it will come.
Obviously, we've jumped way ahead in it. We're talking about Fulham, we're talking about under 18s and all these things. But where did football start for you, man? What's the first team? Was you playing with brothers? Did your mum just take you to a park? Did you just start playing football in year 11? I hear mad stories all the time, man. Where did it start?
I started young. Well, when I was a baby, like when I was young, I was very active. I was very hyper. So then my mum was just like, you know what? Let me slap him in a football team. So a team like near my house, Crayford Arrows, I started there. And then a few months, like my manager just told my mum, like, oh, this boy's got talent. Like, Then my mum started taking it seriously. And then from there, like, I just played loads of tournaments, got scouted. I got scouted by Millwall, Charlton. Funny enough, I got scouted by Charlton like 5 times. They didn't call me. Literally. I was so upset.
Wow.
Then my mum was just like, leave them. Don't regret. Don't worry. Keep going. Millwall came. I went, got released. This was like under 11s, got released. I was upset again. I was like, don't worry. Keep going.
Talk me through that. Let's stop for a sec. You mentioned Millwall and released. I never knew that. Why did they let you go? And how did it make you feel?
It was a trial. I just think when I went in there, when I was young, I used to think, academy was something so big. But then I wasn't playing with confidence. I wasn't playing the way I was just passing the ball.
Psyching yourself out.
Yeah, I wasn't really expressing myself. So after they told me, nah, then when they told me no, like that feeling of getting rejected, that feeling was bad. It was bad. I can't lie to you, it was bad. Then they referred me to something called Concept for Football. And obviously I went there to just develop. So I got my confidence back. Then after that, I just went back to my Sunday league team, badged it up again, kept on getting scouted. The next thing you know, Tottenham came. I went there, got released again.
Why this one now? Why? What was Spurs saying?
Spurs was, because when I went into Spurs was like big club. Like when you hear Tottenham, you're like, rah, this is not a joke. You get me?
Mm.
Then I went in there, made the same mistake again. I wasn't playing with confidence. My mum was like, what are you doing, Michael? We should have overcome this by now. After that, my mum was like, you know what, Michael, if you do this again, I'm not taking you to any other trial.
Not supporting
so
this.
After that, it was mad still. Then after that, where did I go? I went to West Ham Development Centre though.
Yeah.
Ham Development Centre. After that, they were telling me they're going to take me to the academy, But it was moving long, innit?
Selling dreams.
Moving long. Yeah. Then after that, I went to East Soccer Base. East Soccer Base was the place where they believed in me the most. They took me to QPR. They asked me what club I wanted to go to. I said QPR because my friend was there. So I thought, since my friend's there, I'm going to play how Michael plays, how I play. You get me?
You feel more
comfortable. More comfortable. So I went to QPR. Next thing you know, they say, we want to sign you. From that day, I was just like, I've got it now. I need to just play how I play because they believed in me. East Soccer Base developed me, went into QPR, done my stuff. Then I was there for a season, and then a coach from ESB called me and was like, Fulham are interested. And they were like, they're coming to watch you.
How old were you at this point? Sorry?
Huh?
How old was you at this point with QPR?
This is like 13.
All right, cool. So under 14.
13. Yeah. So under 14. And then after, they were like, they're interested. So I done my stuff. And then, yeah, that's how the Fulham moves happened, really.
What did it feel like going to Fulham for the first time? Because I guess by now you was like over the mental sort of issues of, not wanting to express yourself and psyching yourself out. And you went there with, like your mum was telling you, a different sort of mentality.
Well, how was Fulham?
Yeah, because you've obviously gone through the QPR thing, and like you said, that sometimes you wasn't necessarily expressing your game, but I'm pretty sure by now, after going and playing with East Soccer Base and proper words from your mum, you're going to Fulham, with some real confidence. So how was that experience, and how was it different initially?
I think the quality of Fulham was a lot better. Like I thought it was better for my development, and also going into Fulham was kind of. I just went in with confidence because I knew that they wanted me. They wanted me for a reason. So There was no point in changing my game. You get me? So Cat 1 football is a lot more like higher tempo. QPR was high tempoed, but Fulham was just a bit better in terms of development. Yeah, it was different. The facilities, etc. So I just thought it was bad for my development, really.
How did it feel when the day obviously came? Fulham was like, they wanted you to look at you, and now they're saying, okay, cool, it's time to actually sign you. What did that feel like? Paint a picture for us, man.
I was happy. Literally, I was just telling my mum, like, look how far we came. Like, I'm starting to go places now. Like, it's starting to pay off all this hard work. So it was a good feeling. Me and my family were just very happy.
What was it like to obviously be told that, you know, you was going to get a scholarship, you sign in scholar forms? Because it's a big season this year. I know we've spoken so much on under 23s and under 18s. We've actually forgot or not focused on where you actually are at this moment in time, man. I'm sure you have to pinch yourself.
I was the last one, actually.
Swear down.
I was the last one.
To go in.
Yeah, to go in, yeah. I was the last one to go in. So there was a lot of pressure. But obviously, I believed in myself. I knew I was like, I have to get this scholar. I knew. And then when they told me, I was just like, yeah. I was just happy, just smiling.
I've always wanted to ask people in that position. Obviously, you know, you've been given the scholar in the seat. You're told pretty early or fairly early, but you can still keep playing in that, right? What did it feel like? Obviously, because some people can get complacent, some people can slack off, some people can do more. How was it psychologically for you once you've been told you're now a scholar, continuing playing football for the rest of the season? So, like, obviously, at Fulham, you've been given your scholarship now, or told you're going to sign those papers. How did the rest of the season? Mentally, how did the rest of the season go for you? Because some people, not you, but some people can get that and slack off. Some people can try more. Some people it hasn't sunk in. Some people don't know what to do. So it's like once you've been told you're getting a scholarship now, what happened next, sort of thing?
In my head, I was just like, the hard work is just starting. Literally, you can't stop because people get ahead of you. You have to just keep going, stay focused, focus on your own lane, focus on yourself. You have to just, like, you can't just get a scholar and just think you've made it. You haven't made it. It's just the beginning. You see what I mean? Facts,
man. Facts. And also, it kind of ties me into this. Obviously, you've been on the academy scene for a while and you've signed with Fulham. You know, teams, Premier League teams, Championship teams, top teams in England are always looking for talent, whether it's abroad or local. How do you kind of cope with the pressure? Because I'm pretty sure, you know, you've been at Fulham, you know, you've seen a new trialist in your position. How does that, like, what's the psychological things with that for academy footballers? Because someone's actually trying to take your spot. Oh, no, for you personally.
Oh, for me, there's only one Michael Olakigbe. There's no other, no matter who you are, there's only one Michael Olakigbe, and that's me. So I didn't feel no pressure. Literally, I didn't, no.
How did the season go for you at under 16s level anyways, in terms of goals and assists?
It was good. I feel like I could have got more goals, but I feel like my contribution to the team was very good in terms of assists, but obviously I wanted more goals to my name. But that's something I'm going to look at during the under 18s.
Why do you think you didn't score enough? Was it, you know, not getting into the positions, just one of those things?
I feel like it's just end product. Like, like not getting into the right positions. I was there, but like I just wasn't like I wasn't just getting like into the right positions really.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it's just one of them ones. Yeah.
It makes sense, man. Sorry for cutting you off. Obviously, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you've been exposed to under 23s football, right?
Yeah.
What's that like? Because I mean, under 18s is one thing. You know, you've now made 2 jumps now.
23s, the change rooms. Change rooms are a lot nicer. I was liking the change rooms. It's a lot more professional. I felt like it felt like first team kind of, because we're playing at the cottage, obviously, playing there, nice pitch,
carpet,
and yeah, it was nice. And obviously I was playing with men, like literally men, so it was kind of, I would say, I just felt like I was there already. It was a good feeling. So yeah.
On the field, what was it like on the field? Because I can imagine under 18s level, there's less time to think from under 16. So Lord knows 23s.
23s is a cool. They are men. When I say men's football is not a joke. Manager shouting. It's not a nice. It didn't look nice at all. It wasn't a nice game at all because we were playing Stoke as well. They were so rash. It was the worst game you could ever see. There was fouls everywhere. Referee decisions were poor sometimes. It was crazy. Yeah.
How do you think you adapted to that level? Like, if you had to give yourself a score out of 10, how do you think you adapted to that level so far? Bearing in mind your age and you're making great progress already.
Out of 10, I'd say a solid 7. Because I like to. It didn't really take me long. I just knew that I had to adapt quickly because this is your only chance. You have to take it. It's your first chance. Once you get that chance, you have to grab it.
You have to. That makes sense, man. What did the gaffer say to you after you played your first under-23s game?
He was just like, just keep your head down, keep working. We've got more planned for you. Just need to just keep your head down, just focus.
And what does that feel like? Obviously, he's saying that. I'm pretty sure, you know, the under-18s of managers of the same thinking because he gave you your chance. I'm pretty sure at under-16s, couple youngers probably got played in your age group. And obviously, you see with Fulham's first team, Ryan Sessegnon probably the best example recently.
Yeah.
There's a clear pathway. What does it feel like being at a team that, you know, if you work hard, and you do what you need to do, people are watching, and most importantly, chances can be there for young players. Even forgive me, that is I can't say his last name, but Jasper, the striker, was on the bench the other day. Yeah, he's decent as well. So how's it feel being at a club like that?
It feels good because there's opportunity, and the fact Fulham play a lot of young players is good exposure for me, especially as a young player. So yeah, it's a good club, very good club, especially for development as well.
If I had to say, there's probably a bag of great things about Fulham, but if I had to press you on one standout thing you like about Fulham the most, what would it be?
I'd say development as a player, going from turning from a boy to a man. I would say they're very good at that. Very good at that, mentally as well.
That makes sense. Let me press you back on it because I mean I like your story, not just because you're a good footballer. Like, I don't get it twisted. I like your ability, but I like your mentality. You're resilient. You've dealt with setbacks, and you know whether it's been because of you or your mum or people around you, you've kept going. How do you actually? Let me press you a bit more on that. Like, obviously saying it is one thing, but how do you actually, for those out there that might be watching this and going through the similar things or anything in life, how do you say, okay, cool, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna make my goals happen. I'm really gonna do this. How do you actually change and actually do that? And actually, what's the thought process behind it?
I kind of turn to God because God is the person he knows your journey. He's seen everything.
Facts.
So I just look to him. I just pray, and I just focus. I just trust in him all the time with everything. So I would say to people watching this, just turn to God because God is the way forward. He's the one that's going to be the one that you can turn to in the down times. He's the one that's going to help you fix things. He's almighty. So he's the greatest person to turn to.
100%, man. That was a really strong answer from yourself. And that ties me up lastly for my last question greatly. Obviously, a footballer career is full of a madness, in it. It's full of a lot of stuff. For young players, what would you say is the most important attribute to have? Is it something mental in terms of, you know, to realize football's a game of opinions? Is it something technical? What's the one trait you believe young footballers need if they're going to have any chance of realizing their dreams?
It's got to be mentality. Because no matter how good you are, there's going to be times where people are going to tell you, you're going to get rejected. People are going to tell you bad things. It's going to hurt as well. So it's how you bounce back from that, really.
Facts, man. That's been, I can't lie, this has been one of my favorite interviews, man. The way you've spoken and some of your answers, especially those around in faith, for me personally, has been very positive and powerful. And it's making me actually want to go back in my life and think about, you know, what I need to do differently, man. So on behalf of myself and everybody listening, thank you for giving up your time and dropping these gems, man. I hope you continue to reach your goals. We're all wishing you the best.
Thanks.
No worries, my guy, man. Take care of yourself.
Cool.